Well, my name is Kasper Klynge. I'm the Danish Tech Ambassador, which is a relatively new invention. It's something that the Danish Foreign Ministry decided to do a little more than a year ago. And it's basically treating technology and the technology industry in a way which is similar to how we treat our bilateral relations all over the world. So I'm not an ambassador to a country, but I'm an ambassador to an industry, and of course also to try and get technology more firmly on the international agenda. And one of the reasons why we think that's important is that technology is not a vertical topic anymore. It's a horizontal topic. It's going to influence everything we do, both locally, regionally, and also internationally. And we think we need to look at technology as a cross-cutting issue that transcends everything, all aspects of foreign policy, development policy, security policy. I would even say the balance of power at the geopolitical level. And we're trying to do that by creating a global embassy with a presence both in Silicon Valley, in Europe, and also in Beijing in China, and very soon also in Africa. So it's a little way of disrupting diplomacy as it used to be, and certainly also the Foreign Ministry of Denmark. One of the reasons I'm here in Brussels is to participate in the ESPAS conference. So the think tank of the European Commission had what I thought was a very interesting discussion on basically the future global trends towards 2030. And I think it's fair, I'm not completely objective on this one, but I think it's fair to say that technology and digitalization was left, right, and center in all of the discussions. Big discussions on the shift or the transformation of power from the West towards the East, what artificial intelligence is going to do to China and for China, and not least what Europe is going to do, how Europe is going to react. If you look at where the unicorns are being built, Europe is not really firmly on the map. I think we are very much on the map when it comes to regulations, not least the General Data Protection Regulation. But the question is, of course, is there a third way between the Wild West of Silicon Valley and the Wild East of Shenzhen and Shanghai and Guangzhou? And that's what we've been discussing, and also something that I spent quite a lot of time on. And to fast forward to the conclusion, it goes without saying that I think Europe has an incredibly important role to play when you look at the global ecosystem of technology. We need values, we need a human-centered approach to technology, we need to protect our governance structures and our institutions, our democracy, our human rights. And I don't see any other actor on the global level stepping up to the plate except the European Union. So those are the discussions we're having, including with different parts of the European family here in Brussels. We've also used the opportunity to speak to members of the European Parliament. I think we also have a joint effort in trying to put what I would say almost sort of a vision for Europe on the technology side more firmly on the agenda in Europe. I think that's going to be important. We need much more investments in artificial intelligence. We need much more focus on how we get it right on the technology front, and the European Parliament, the European Commission, the European Council, the External Action Service, all the parts of the European family has an important role to play. But what is also part of my mandate, and what I think is a critical point, is that it's not only a question of relations between countries anymore. We need to bring in the industry. We need to have the industry take responsibility. And that's also what we're trying to do by establishing this Tech Diplomacy Initiative in Denmark.